Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to resume the Factorio production scrap mod. And we're going to actually focus on the key parts of the mod, which is recycling the scrap. I was looking at the location for the scrap today, and I think I would like to put it down here. Somewhere here near the end of the, or next to the green circuits, down here where I don't have anything for the bus to go. I have 4 free lines here on the bus, which I think should be enough. Actually, I think I might even have more than that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll come down a little bit, so I could actually have 4 more lines for the bus down here if I needed them. And I'm just going to line this so that I have some smelting columns. I have them on my bar here. Isn't that handy? So I'm just going to line it here where I can fit just a few smelting columns in here to handle smelting the scrap plates. And then, let's see, I think this looks good. And then on the other side, to the left there, I'll put the recycling of all the other types of stuff. And then I can just continue this sort of bus shape downward. Let's see. Let's do 3 of these, 1 for each plate type, and then I can always expand it to be more if I need it. I think that's enough space because I need to have a splitter that is prioritized. Let's see, I'll make this one copper. And then this will go in this direction. Whoa! Hello everyone! Welcome. I just started streaming. We're working on a build for the Factorio production scrap mod. I guess I can give everyone a base tour because many of you have not seen this base yet. And how I'm handling all the scrap. So, for smelting columns, you can see there's a little bit of scrap coming out of the... yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, as you can see, there's a little bit of the scrap coming down here in the belt. So I need to remember always to filter output the belts so that the scrap goes onto a secondary belt to get sent down in here into my... what is currently my temporary scrap holding system. Some of the larger quantities I shuffled off into boxes, and then I need to deal with some of these other quantities, but we're actually not going to worry about it here because it's a mess anyway. So, you know what? I didn't maximize my screen again. There we go. It's a mess anyway, and I just started building the area where I'm going to process all this stuff. So, I'm not going to bother messing with this anymore. Here I'm just going to reverse the belts and ship it over to the new area. Same thing with copper as with iron. I'm filtering the outputs here. Over here I have my green circuits array. In here you can see that I've had to modify the sort of standard green circuits build to insert some chests to handle the output of the wire, so that the wire makers can also produce the copper plates. Everyone, 105 people. Just a few. It's the highest or second highest, depending on however many people I had during the last time Catherine rated me. So there's I used circuit filters here, or the circuit network here to limit the inserters, so that these will max out at 200. As you can see, there's 6.1K in there. That's because I did these before I had the circuit network. So I just recently added these filters. And this way these filter inserters can output the scrap copper plates back onto this belt, which goes into my scrap bus, which is here. The same thing happens with the green circuit makers. They output circuit scrap, which also goes onto these intermediary belts here, and gets shunted into the scrap bus. The other thing I've worked a lot of time on, sort of most of my actual streaming time so far in this mod, is the mall. So I'm using a mall that is similar to Catherine Skies. It was also based on her 0.15, 0.16 mall. And then except that it diverged from her 0.17 build. And I was using this one before her 0.17 build, and I just haven't switched yet. But what I had to do was inject these scrap lines in between each sort of pair of machines here. And in some cases, like the belts, I'm outputting them into chests and then using the filter inserters to pull the scrap out of the chests. And again, here, just like in green circuits, I'm using the circuit network to control. And then, so you can see scrap belts throughout the entire mall as it is so far. I still have more expansion to do on the mall. But it's a much bigger mall than it had to be. Yeah, there's balancers and there's outputs all over the place. I mean, this scrap belt, yeah, it only goes onto the one side, except for down here, I suppose. But it's going to get rebalanced all over the place anyway. And there's stuff that's going to go onto the opposite side of the belt coming out of the mall, like you can see here, and on this other side of the belt here. So, and then I've got a balancer here. I could put a balancer here. Right now I don't have that much volume of scrap, so it's not a big deal, but I can always add balancers in, you're right. No, but right now what I'm doing with the scrap is I'm smelting the iron scrap and copper scrap here back into plates, and then the rest of it is getting much of it's getting stored in these boxes, and then the rest of it is just doing laps here until I deal with the further recycling component. That's what I was just talking about, is I'm going to have to reverse all these belts back into here and actually start a scrap processing bus kind of in this area, starting with these 3 arrays here for copper, iron, and steel. And then I'm also going to have most of the scrappers recycled using chemical plants and sulfuric acid. So I'm going to start those on this side of that circular scrap bus here, and then just kind of keep working my way south with this recycling. Science is handled kind of similarly. The science can output garbage just like anything else. So the gears output iron scrap. The red science outputs, I think it's circuit scrap. The green science outputs inserter scrap, as you can see on the, it must be, because as you can see on the belt here. And then I'm just using filter splitters here. Yeah, it needs to be big. Well, it needs to store more than what it's storing. I'm only storing 3 things out of about a dozen. So I just need to have more options in addition to more storage. So I'm using filter splitters here to filter all the garbage off of this line, and then I'm also doing here to filter it off of this line. Toward the end of my last stream, I started working on gray science. I don't have biters turned on, but I wanted to still do the gray science just to demonstrate what it looks like, and filtering and whatnot. So that's in process, but I'm actually going to wait on that and work more on the recycling components at this point. And then I started fiddling with a different lab layout than I usually use, and that's here. So there's 4 input belts for effectively for each lab, with obviously common ones being shared. And then I can extend this, northward as far as I have room for into this coal field. I may end up, and I can also do this. This is kind of based on my MMO build, where I can actually keep continuing this sort of science mini bus on westward here, and I could actually put more labs further westward if I decided to. Yeah, that's true. You do need gray science for those components. So yeah, I'm using a handful of. Oops, that's the wrong. That's the wrong command. I'm using a handful of sort of quality of life mods in addition to the production scrap. The which I just posted the list in chat, and so I think I'm going to just continue working on the recycling here. And I was just starting to work on, as everyone jumped in here, I cannot draw straight lines. Just to let everyone know, I cannot draw straight lines. Just to kind of demonstrate what I'm working on here, which is the left. A bus to handle the processing of the scrap. Just make these bigger to save less belts. Which is okay. So I'll put all the scrap here into this belt, and then I'll have a belt here for the steel. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. A belt here for steel coming out. A belt here for copper coming out, and a belt here for iron coming out. This may get a little claustrophobic as I. Oops, this one. Yes. If I need to add any more, I'm not even sure yet how this mod's going to, how much scrap I'm going to actually need to handle in this mod. Yeah, but they need to connect to something. Yes, spaghetti is good, but they need to connect. Oops. So I need to handle all of this here. Let's see. Oh, and I'm out of belts. Alright, let's go stock up on belts and supplies. I also need some yellow inserters. And a bunch of stone to make more stone furnaces. I suppose I could salvage the stone from the other smelting area that recycling smelting that I had set up, but I don't want to stunt that yet. Let's see, I don't need 200. Well, maybe I do need more than that. So Z Recycling is a sort of a reverse assembler mod, and I don't like chests of stuff laying around, and I don't like shooting chests, so I tend to throw stuff into one of those disassemblers, just to get rid of stuff and put it back into the system as its core components. Alright, I never did get the stone, so we don't have any stone furnaces. Actually, maybe I just won't worry about that at this point. Because there's more. I mean, I've already got this set up on the other end. Maybe I can just focus down on the other components. And there goes. So, remember I said that I wouldn't need 200 inserters? Yeah, I did. Alright, I'll grab some more and then I'll start working on the recycling. The actual in-mod recycling. Let's see, we're gonna need chemical plants like crazy, we're gonna need pipes like crazy. And I'm not sure what else yet. Chemical plants. Sure, 400 pipes, 100 undergrounds. Okay. Low on anything? We're pretty low on lights. I should grab some of those. Grab half of that. I did start to run this pipe here, and I think I'm actually going to move it over a bit. But let's start with the scrap bus here first, just to make sure that I have enough space. So 4 belts coming in, because I have 4 belts worth of possible scrap bus here. And then some space, just for some space. Maybe 4, and then 4 belts coming back sort of out. But out is a bit of a misnomer, because actually they are going to circulate. I might have the name a little bit wrong. That's the name that it's called in the mod interface. It's something about recycling, though. Recycling machines is what it is, yes. I'll change that in the command after the stream. It is recycling machines. So it's configurable in the mod settings for... it's in here somewhere. Recycling machines. Actually, you can change a few settings. I'm not sure why they're not Oh, because it's the startup settings. I can't modify those. Apparently I didn't change these when I started, but I haven't even built one of the machines yet, so it's not a big deal. I usually build them later, but you can control a little bit how much time it takes and what sort of materials you get out of the system, or out of the machine, so you can reduce the returns. Maybe you only get half of the materials back. And there's just a few other options that I just like having that kind of a mod. Just because I don't like having the scrap, or the garbage, I should say, like burner miners and stone furnaces and things like that. Alright, so we'll do that. And I ran out of nanobots. Spiffy. But yeah, once you download recycling machines, the actual zip file is named Z Recycling, and I think it's also named Zip Recycling in the mods interface in the game. So I always forget that it's called recycling machines. Right, it does do 100% by default. So I always forget that I changed what the actual name is, because they changed the name on me. Okay, chemical plants. So here in the interface you can see all the stuff that we can recycle. We can recycle, well, the copper, iron, and steel scraps all just get resmelted. But things like belts, inserters, assembly machines, circuits, all this stuff needs some of the scrap pieces, some water, and some sulfuric acid. And then it produces, in this case, it produces iron scrap, which is why we need this bus to be circular. And it produces, I think that's the tainted water, the wastewater. Yeah. And wastewater produces I'm trying to remember what that piece is called. It's just called scrap. And then you use scrap to make landfill or chests or salad fuel, which I probably will actually use it to make salad fuel. And a few other things here like grenades and landmines. So these must be like shrapnel. It's interesting. The other thing we can do is treat used wastewater and ammo scrap to make some explosives. But the good thing is you get a little bit of sulfuric acid and water out from the scrap, the wastewater treatment. So you get some of your acid back, and you get some of your water back. I don't know that it's 1-to-1. I actually haven't looked at it that hard. This produces 30 water. 30 water becomes 30 water. 3 acid becomes 30 water. And then 20 water becomes 1 scrap. So you get about 2/3 of it back, if my math is right there. If I'm doing math on stream, I might as well do math on stream. Okay, so back to this. So I just want to start with kind of the obvious stuff first. So we'll just do the belts, because we're going to definitely have plenty of those. I think I'll put my wastewater in the middle of the bus here, just to kind of be fancy. We have this and that. I don't know how many machines each of these assemblies is going to take. So what I plan on doing is just having... Oh, I'm going to have to underground these. Is just having an input belt. Let's see. Put the input belt here. I'll do undergrounds to get to the... to put the pipes here in the center. And then an output belt here. Still can't draw straight lines. And then input belt. It's gonna have to, or input inserters are gonna have to be there. Like that. Like this. Sulfuric acid. And I think this will work. So that's kind of what I'm going to do basically for all of these assemblies, is just have an input belt for whichever item I'm recycling. And then have an output belt for whatever item or items it outputs, and then have the pipe I'll put pipe running into the middle here to handle where the water is processed, and then at some point I'll build a chemical plant row for the recycling of the water as well, because I think that's recycled in, yes, in the wastewater treatment, which is done in the chemical plants. I actually built these probably a little bit too far from this mini bus here, so let's just bring it a little bit closer. Maybe we'll go about there. Could do that. No, I can't. Nope, I can't do that. Delete all of this here, as well as all of this here. I need to put a space in there. Okay. Let's bring some power down here. I've also been kind of slowly working on my power expansion. Oh, you may be right. I was just, like I said, doing stream math, so it is very likely wrong. Not even possible, but likely. Okay, and then also I'll bring the sulfuric acid down. One of the other things I'm using is a stone water well. Wherever it went. Here, so I need some stone for that. And I don't like to fiddle with running water pipes all over the place, so I just use this as a quick way of getting water here. It's just more of a convenience thing than anything else. Let's see, let's do. I may have actually brought these a little too close now. No, I think this is fine. Nope, like this. No, like this. Okay. Move that over one, just so, because I know that this pipe's going to have to go here in the future. The only thing is... Yeah, I'm not positive. But yeah, I guess you're right. It is 10 to 1. 10 to 10 to 1. Yeah, okay. That's what happens when you try to do stream math. So this will output like this. I need to filter this output to the left, and we'll do scrap belts. And then this is just going to insert back onto this bus. Whatever. So let's see. I will do a belt like that. Belt like that. Oops. And like that. So that'll just be my end cap for that. Oh, I need to bring in... That's not going to work. I need to bring in the belts from up here. So I need to merge these in somehow, so this won't work exactly. Let's see if this will work. Actually, back up, back up. Yep, these are going to have a space in between. So if I line these up right, I think I can do like this, and then merge this in here. I think that'll work. I had to add the second one there, but that's okay. I think that works, and then that keeps everything circulating. Yeah, well, that's why I was making jokes about doing stream math. Okay, so this will bring in all of our scrap belts here, and then we'll just start processing everything over here instead of to the other end. So I think I can go over there now and tear down the... You know what? Actually, I need to bring the sulfuric acid in first. That would be the smart thing to do, Wally. And also put down my water well for my water. Just grab this, take out the belts, and do this the easy way. Okay. And of course it's not long enough. Why would it be? Like that. Take out these pipes. Look that up. And my power line is right where I needed my pipe to go. And again here. Okay. So let's go over and tear down the assembly for the recycling of the steel, or the copper and iron over here. And then once I'm done with this part, I'll reverse these belts. Alright, I have an inventory full of coal, which is always a good thing. Alright, line it up right. Here we go. Better the bots than me. My inventory is already full. Excellent. Well, now we have to deal with items on the ground. Good thing I have even distribution, because I can do the Shift-C. Nope, not tiles. No, not tiles. Alright. You are here. Why is everything so full? A bunch of iron. Probably don't need. I wish it would just leave the stuff there marked as opposed to picking it up every time. Why do I have so much stuff? Oh, all those inserters that I picked up. And I just broke power. Excellent. Go. Alright, I'm going to come back over here later with the item on ground thing. I really just wanted the furnaces so I didn't have to make a bunch of extras that I don't need. Please just pick up the furnaces and we'll deal with the rest later. But I can't pick up the furnaces because they're full of coal. The grid option for what purpose? The stuff on the ground? Oop, I broke this power too. Still not connected. Why is it not connected? Because nothing's connected. That's why. Excellent. Alright. And we're full of a bunch of wood, too. Alright, I have a recycling chest for wood over here. That wouldn't help me because I can't draw straight lines. So in the end, it just, yeah, in the end, I'm a mess. And hold on. Let's do this with even distribution, evenly distributed. There we go. And I'm out of nanobots again. Alright, let's just do this last few by hand here. I wasted a bunch by... How did I get so much wood in those? Must have Shift-C'd a bunch of wood into those as I was making them or something. Yeah, it's just a bunch of wood in these. Alright. Okay. The rest of this garbage, I'm going to just mark items on ground, and I'll come back later and pick it all up. What else do I want to get rid of in here? I just have too much stuff, but I'll get rid of some of these inserters as I go. Oh, nanobots. That's what I was after. Actually, let me get rid of some of these inserters now, just to free up some space in my inventory. No, they don't. It's kind of horrible, but hey, it's me. I actually don't want to fill that bottom one or that top one because I want that one to be for steel. So I'm not as worried about that as I am these. But apparently I made too many. Well, that's good enough for now. We'll go with that. Need to bring some fuel in here. I think I can siphon it off of this coal belt down here. I'll just, when I build as I build the green circuits, I'll just skip over this coal belt here. Done it before, I can do it again. Suppose I could run on the belt. That would be a good idea. Alright. You guys are ready to fuel. So, we have acid hooked up. We need to put a thing down for water. I made it. Here it is. Just gonna put it here. We actually don't need a whole lot of water. We just need to, as we talked about, just need to kind of kick it off. So I'll just fill the pipe up and hopefully that'll be enough. I'll probably put some buffer chests in. And the same thing with the sulfuric acid. We only need a bit. So we can go with that. Okay, so I need to handle both the belts coming from each direction here into this bus, this recycling bus. Because we're going to have belts coming this direction. I have to figure this one out. This is going to be a little bit fun. Definitely going to have to underground that. Oh, spaghetti's going to be real with this one. Nope, let's do that differently. There we go. Not going to have enough room. I messed up good. Well, in reality, I could just make these 4 belts coming from the left, from all the smelting and the green circuits, and some of them all go into the first 2 belts here. And then sort of merge and merge. Yeah. Just like that. And then I could have the other 4 belts going into the other 2. Like that. No, you go down there. You come this way. There and there. Like that. Works for me. Except that I messed this up. Nope, belt. There we go. Because either way, it's going to be 2 belts, or sort of 8 belts coming into 2, or to 4, so if it doesn't work out well, I can deal with it later. I could always do some balancing here too. I do need to output priority these to the left before I forget. And then also output priority filter this one for steel, not steel, steel scrap. This one for, I think it was iron? No, copper. And then this one for iron. Okay. Hey, Phoenix. Oh, and hey, Roadster Tracker, thanks for the host. Okay, so that'll handle sort of the common use case here. What I need to do with this, though, is I'm not going to be able to do this exactly the way that I want to. I suppose I could install the mod Gah Darn It Water and use that to reorient these outputs, but I'm not gonna. So I'm just going to figure out something here to do. Or I could stagger these by, what would it be, two tiles? That might be the, well, so the choice is to do that, to put new pipes for each one, or, so I could either put them down like this and run new pipes for each assembly, or I could stagger them like this, off by 2, and then use the same pipes for both. That's probably the smarter option. At least it's the less spaghetti option. This would be the input belt here for inserter scrap. So I guess I will do that option. Let's see, 2 that way. And we'll bring this down. And then all I have to do is just hook these guys up like this. Nope. Bots, you can do it. That way I don't have to keep rotating. Thank you, bots. And an output belt there. Embrace the spaghetti. Yeah, well, it's either spaghetti or pipe spaghetti or something. Yep, spaghetti either way. Alright, so I think I need to get some stuff in here to see how this goes. Oh, I need to deal with the output garbage water too. I guess I should do that first. So let's bring that in here in the middle. I don't know how far down. I should probably put that processing in before too long. But I can at least put it here in the middle for now, and we'll deal with it in a little bit. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's reverse these belts, or just this one belt at least, just to bring some stuff in. Have to fix these as we go. And there's my straight lines again. Look at that. Isn't that nice? At least I can draw straight lines when I'm actually running, as long as I don't touch too many keys. Which is a problem also. And that also allows me to clean this mess up. Actually, this mess isn't... Yeah, it's still needed. Okay. Excellent. And this one is not actually needed anymore. Alright. Nanobots, you can chill. But I'm going to put it in here just for now, at least. just to make sure. Alright, here comes the scrap. Let's get this party going. I will empty these chests out a little bit later. Let's deal with what we got first. Actually, to be fair, what we have is everything but, and there's stone on there too, because the things that are made out of stone are also scrap producers. Or also produce stone as scrap. Right, let's see, how do I want to do this? Take these guys out. Oops, I don't need those anyway. Well, I do. Do a belt. Force it all to the inside. Nope, we don't have enough space to do that. Yeah, we do. Where'd you go? Oh, we've got all kinds of scrap in our inventory here. This should be fine because we're using blue inserters, so we can just dump it all in there. Force it to the inside. 3 more. Then again. Thank you. Alright. That is... wow, that emptied fast. Almost. I mean, there's a little bit here, but it'll be fine there. So, we have a belt full of garbage heading down to the... well, I would probably not do the second one phasing. That's... yeah, that's a bit much. Okay, so we do have some steel scrap here. And the way I'm going to handle stone is I'm just going to set a filter, another output just like these, and just shove it into a belt that goes out. I may just do it here on the end or something. Just to shove it into a belt that goes back out onto the bus, because this stone belt's going to get used. It's not being used much right now, but it's going to get used like crazy in not too long when I set up the production science. And are on the last inserters. Oh, back way over here. Of course there's not. Oh well, we'll deal with it when we head back over there. It'll be fine. We have plenty of scrap to deal with. And I didn't put my loop on the end, so I don't have... well, I need to make this longer anyway. You know what? Let's make the bots do this. This loop's going to get added and removed probably somewhere near 1 billion times. I'm just guessing. Could be more. But alright. So this way it just kind of balances everything and allows things to keep flowing. So we did suck some steel, some copper, and some iron scrap. A lot of steel because I didn't have any steel processing before. Onto these belts, so that is working. We should also see some inserter scrap come in here. I need to set the output prioritizers here also. Left, 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 left. Should be getting some inserter scrap and some belt scrap. Oh, they're in the next batch. That's right. Because they're coming in and they're fighting with everything coming through here. Excellent. What I should do also here is prioritize these so that the stuff coming from the belt, the outer belt or the bus belt, gets to go in here. Look at all the junk. Yeah, good junk. So it gets priority, and everything else just kind of has to chill until in the loop here until anything comes in. I mean, we're never going to have this much coming in at once after all these boxes. Holy cow. That's a lot of scrap coming in there, but that's okay. All right, so we need to deal with... ooh, look. It's getting scrappy now. To deal with this also. Alright. I know this won't bother most people, but it does bother me a little bit there. Just lining these up evenly. So we are getting scrap. We are outputting, so you can see these are outputting circuit scrap and iron scrap. So the iron scrap will just get shoved into here eventually and get processed. So we can do the next scrap handling array. Let's grab just this much. Don't need any space. I'm sure not going to beacon this. Oh, we need to get the middle part here too. Let's see, this goes here. Build, build. Then we need a splitter here. 4. We need to decide what we're making. Let's do, well, we might as well just do these in order, right? So let's do the assembly machine scrap here. And then we'll grab this assembly. Line it up correctly. Oh, I need water in the end machines there. Just noticed that. Alright, and then we'll do circuit scrap here. I probably could have put these in some semblance of order so that the outputs. What are we backed up on? We're backed up in garbage water already. So that the outputs could kind of more complex stuff to less complex stuff. But I think it's fine. That's a lot of analysis that I didn't do and I'm not going to do on stream, and I'm out of pipes. Excellent. This one goes here. Alright, let's go get some more undergrounds. Though I could probably just make some too. Not very many though. Yeah, I'm hoping that it won't matter in the end about how much scrap I have in the loop versus not, versus whichever way. Hoping. I shouldn't need any more of those, but we'll grab them anyway. Still outputting circuits, and I still have 2 more boxes worth of with circuits left, which is great. Okay. Undergroundies, underflowies, that is. Out of blue inserters too. Why didn't anybody tell me? What else are we low on? Anything important? Still plenty of those. Alright, so I need to deal with the wastewater very fast, because it's stopping everything up otherwise. I think in the end, whether I have this, whichever one I have priority on, isn't going to matter a whole lot, because if this gets backed up, then it will eventually, or if this loop gets backed up, then it'll eventually back up onto these belts, which means it'll back up into the assemblies, and then everything will stop. And if so whichever one I have the priority on, the same thing's going to happen, I think anyway. So it's just a matter of, do I want these belts to clear sooner, or do I want these belts to clear sooner? And I think I just want to go ahead and let these belts clear sooner. It does need to be a closed loop, just like water will need to be a closed loop, but I wanted to get enough in here, which I'm probably at now, that I don't need to worry about it, or at least I can disconnect these here and here for now, so that I didn't. Alright, I'll just, oh, I still have that filter on. That's why it didn't. It does need to be a closed loop, you're correct. So let's deal with wastewater here. That's gonna be a what? Wastewater coming in. We'll just do this one to start with because, or should I actually do these to start with? I should probably do these because I need to deal with the ammo scrap and the military intel scrap eventually anyway. So we're going to have, I need to make some more space here. We're going to have, let me build this just out of the way for now. I guess I could line it up, but I'm going to move it around anyway. Have a belt of military scrap coming in. Have actually these I can just do the easy way, which will be nice. And then we'll have a belt of stuff going out, which is going to be explosives, which I don't know what I'm going to do with because I don't need them. And some other scrap pieces. And then we'll have, let's see, this. We'll have these guys. Which one do we do? It doesn't matter. Going like this. And we're already going to have to extend this down, which is great. That's not what I wanted. I want this, like this. Then these guys like this. Player's in the way. Player's always in the way. Oops. This goes here. And here. And then we'll bring our loop, or our pipes down here. I think this is everything I need more insiders, I guess, for here. I think this is everything I need to build this. So let's move it up. Tighten it in there a little bit. You know what? I messed that up a little bit. Let's put this, let's cut that out. Cut this out. These actually need to be aligned with these. I'm going to run up here and use that as a guide. Hopefully I did it right. Nobody tell me if I didn't. Let's double that. Fix that. What else did I leave off? Anything? Nope. Okay. And then we reverse this idea. No, don't want to take the belts because I'm going to reverse them anyway. Just like we did above. And put it here for the intel scrap. Right here, I think. This belt goes that way. This belt comes in this way. Nope, I was too close. Much too close. Good thing for nanobots. And I need to put the water on the end again. Okay. Carry that there. Take care of this here. Standing right where I want to put my power pole. As per usual. Alright, so we need to move this down again already. Which, like I said before, I can imagine that I'm going to be moving it down a lot. Why don't we just add a bunch here? Way, way down here. And this. And straight lines. Out of belts. Perfect. Uh-oh, now we're really backing up. Gotta hurry. Don't want to lose anything. It's unfortunate with this, with being a little bit uncertain on how and whether this truly is balanced, because I don't want to think about it too hard on stream. On the fluids, on the water and the sulfuric acid, because there aren't like priority pipes, just like there's priority splitters. It'd be nice if there's a priority pipe, which I think there is. Well, Angel has like venting and stuff like that, which I guess would work really well here too. But I'd rather not do that. Oh, I forgot to change this into those. These. Alright. That's that. Another one of those here for these. And then I think I'll just duplicate this for the other scrap processing, for the regular scrap processing. I think that makes sense. Let's see. This needs to be at least right here. Because of this, you are going to output... No. Wait a minute. We don't need any output belts coming in here. So I actually didn't need this belt here at all. But I'm not going to be an utter perfectionist and put these in. I will just and shift it up. It's fine where it is. I see that I'm out of medium power poles, which is also excellent. So you take these here, and these do output. Yes, these do output the scrap, the regular scrap. This one. Alright, medium power poles. We don't have any of this. I don't know where this stuff is. It's around, because there's... Oh no, I haven't actually outputted any of the military science stuff yet. It's still hanging out there on the belt on military science. Okay, so let's connect up some more of these pipes. Let's see, we need one here. Here. Bots to work. I just opened up some pipe space for those. Actually, these should be starting to process it. Did I not hook these up right? Oh, I got too long of a gap here. Yeah, that'll do it every time. No, too long of a gap up here too. There we go. Alright, we now have garbage fluid flowing. Go here. You are outputting these. Clean that off. You are outputting... I'll do it this way. Circuits. Like that. Alright, we are getting scrap now. What do we do with that? We make scrap chests, scrap landfill, scrap solid fuel, which I think that's what we're going to default to. We can make landmines and grenades. We could feed it into the gray science assemblers, and I need to balance these outputs. That could have been bad. Well, not bad, but Messy. Out of splitters now. Nope, that's backwards. That is backwards. Alright, let's go run up and get some medium power poles, some splitters. We're gonna have to deal with some more of the output stuff here pretty soon, or the iron and steel and copper. Very soon. Still have an inventory full of garbage and picked up more garbage. Ooh, there's some military scrap. Yeah, it might. If it becomes a hassle or a sort of like a nightmare to maintain, I probably will look for one. What do we say? Medium power poles. I want to try and do this natively first, but yeah, I will definitely be interested in another mod if I don't get this thing straightened out right. Look, new stuff coming. Why are you not working? Out of water. So yeah, we need a little bit more water in this. Oh, I need to hook up the outputs of the water. Yes. These are actually not going to work right here. Let's see. Oh, good. That'll go there. And then these can go here. Alright, this goes here. Water goes here. Yep, this will go here, and this can go here. No, it can't. Can you go here? Nope, we're going to have to double this one up. Excellent. Okay, so you guys aren't... Oh, we're going to need to come down here yet first. Okay. A lot of undergrounds or underflows already. How'd that happen? Mess that one up. Okay, we now have pressure on the water system and on the sulfuric acid system. So, we're producing a lot of that. So it could be amusing to output the scrap to the military science and actually use it to make scrap grenades. And then, instead of making the grenades with iron, is that the grenades are made with? Yeah, instead of making them with iron, I just don't know if we're going to produce enough of it, or if it'll matter. That'd be kind of funny. But I think, at least for now, I will make solid fuel out of it. Because we're going to need a lot of solid fuel once we get to make the rocket anyway. Should probably make more underflowies. Because I use a lot of those. We're going to need a lot more. Things are getting backed up again. Why are things getting backed up again? Because this is backed up. Because it's not able to output. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oops. That's not what I wanted. No. That's what I wanted. I need to do all of this so that these things don't get stuck when they're backed up. Okay. Helps when you have all the pipes connected. At least this way these are able to escape by going out through those other belts. So I think for now I'm gonna box up this scrap in here, and we'll deal with it later. Nope, we need filter inserters. We don't want to pick everything up. Just this stuff. Power. You know what? I'll add a couple more. Just make sure we have enough space there. And let's see how that's going. I think this is just going to take a while to... Uh-oh. I didn't notice this. This is a problem. I don't have enough room to output this into a splitter. Can I move everything down by 2 tiles? Gotta come down by 2 tiles. Why not, right? Can actually... Hey, this is where we can make up those 2 tiles right there. Alright, everybody, hold on to your hats. We're gonna make a big mess. Too far. And hold on to your nanobots, too, because we ran out. Oh boy, got lots of scrap again. Let me put it 1... Oh, that's fine. Alright. I really need to work on building my bot array so that I can start using the basis bots instead of just nanobots. Or start using logistics bots instead of nanobots. Okay. That went well. Now I gotta figure out what I need to unbreak. Let's start here at the top, just to make sure I have everything lined up properly before I go too far. So you go that way, and you need left machines. Need these. Then you go here, and you need circuits to the left. And you're just outputting there. Left ammo scrap. Just outputting there. Here we need... Take that off there. Here we need to left the military intel scrap. And those are fine because those were there before. This. That looks good. Or better. No, oh, I know why. I need to fix the water pipes again. Okay. And sulfuric acid pipes. Alright, those are connected. Looks like everything's running again. Except for you, because you don't have any input. Well, these guys, none of these guys have inputs. That's fine. Let's do some simple balancers here. And here. Alright, output balanced, balanced. Right here. Okay, I think all of our outputs are now balanced. Let's see, does this clean, is this cleaning up any? Holy cow. Probably not, because I had it all in my inventory. Let's see. This gets output here. Goes on a belt. Can I... Can I do this? Will that work? That will not work. Okay. I want to try and balance these side to side anyway. Not that it matters a whole lot, but I don't want to make a mess. Make a worse mess. This'll work. That, and one of those. Alright. At least now that can get unloaded into the system. We are backed up on things again. What are you waiting for? Need to deal with some of the... Oh, I misaligned all of these fluid pipes now. Alright. That was also a little bit insane of me. These are wrong, these are wrong, those are wrong. Okay, this goes here then. I just gotta fix this one. I think that'll work. Yep. Alright. So that's kind of a start on this anyway. What else can we recycle? Gotten this far, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items here to recycle. The other thing we need to do is pull the stone, as we talked before. Pull the stone off of these belts. Best place for that might be up here someplace. Even if I just did, let's see, something like this. Again, prioritizing the outputs. And just did a left priority of stone. The challenge is going to be here that... I don't know if I really need that or not. Probably not. challenge here is going to be that that's going to get backed up because I'm not using stone very fast right now. Or at all, really, right now. Nope. Don't forget that. But hopefully we won't have that much stone. So the stone's really getting produced largely over here. And I'm already forcing this back into this same brick smelter. So most of my stone scrap is going to just get recycled right away. I'm trying to remember what I have. Stone, probably no. What do I have that's outputting stone scrap at this point? Something is. Oh, here we go. Walls, the steel furnaces, which are outputting stone instead of bricks for whatever reason. But so there's just a few things that are outputting stone garbage, so it shouldn't get backed up too fast. Hopefully, I need to. Actually, I need to use some of that stone. I need to make some more furnaces. What should we got? Let's pick up some coal with it, and we'll just shift-C the coal into the... That should be enough for now. Let's shift-C the coal into these smelters. Short by 3. Excellent. Alright, so these... Let's see. This goes here. Good, we ended up near the mall. Here we can pick up some undergrounds. Half of those. We're getting a little low. Should grab some more filter inserters too, because I'll eventually use them if I'm not going to use them just yet. There we are. I hope the first one, or the rightmost one is iron. Yep. Okay, good. I did it the way that I thought I did. That always helps. Look from the left. Now this one, I'm actually going to... This belt's coming the other direction here. So this one I'm actually going to split. That way I can prioritize... prioritize this way. And then I can also bring it this way and merge it in right here. That might cause me problems later, but later is for later. Not that I ever think I'll need more than one. I won't ever need more than one steel belt coming to the right, so that should be fine actually. Do I have... What do you think? Well, I can always underground these later if I end up putting more belts here for something. Don't think I'll need, but I could. Alright, so now these guys can function again. Really? I am one smelter short? Of course I am. Oh, didn't pick up any scraps. Alright, let's build a couple more of these. We can grab a blueprint. Of those two. Yep, future Wally's problems. I don't care about that guy anyway. He's a jerk, I just haven't learned it yet. Go, gadget bots. Alright, so we have those done. I'm not sure if I'm actually producing the military scrap yet or not. I must, because I remember seeing some in my inventory. So we'll do those and these. Which are engine scraps. We gotta move the curve down again. Awesome. Splitter. Output to the left for military scrap. Clean it off first so we don't get garbage in the end. Those. These are connected. Remember how I ran down here and I said, oh, I think I have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough. Although I could build some of them on this other side, because I'm not going to have, I hope I'm not going to have that much where I need smelters. But it'll be alright. Never. Can you believe it? Never. That guy has never done anything for me. Need some of these. This one here. There. Oops. Need to adjust this one. Actually, we're going to need another one of these. Unless we do this on the other side. And we could. And we probably should. No, should is a strong word. I'm hesitant to... Actually, no, I'm not going to. Because I don't know how long these are going to end up needing to be. And I don't want them running into the green circuits. And who cares? Space is infinite in Factorio anyway. We need this much space here. So I actually didn't need one of these as well. Buildy, buildy, buildy. Electric scrap. I guess I should be paying attention to make sure these things don't output anything crazy. That would be smart. Let's double check. But they all seem to just output the lesser items that we're already dealing with somehow, some way, another way. Okay, that was electric. After electric comes batteries. With still the old logo. And we're out of underflowies again. Who used all my underflowies? I bet it was Future Wally. That guy's a jerk. Electric scrap to the left. Past Wally only helps when it serves him. Garbage. Otherwise, he just does what he wants to do. Need prioritizers over here, or shifters, I mean. We did not do for these. Excellent. Seems just like there's a lot of metals and those scraps on here. Which, yeah, we can use this side over here to process the scrap into solid fuel, or if we decide to chuck it at military science, which is actually really tempting to me. I just don't know if it's going to overflow, but I guess if it overflows, it can go into solid fuel. That should be fine. Maybe we can just deal with it the same way we're dealing with stone. At least first, and then I'll put it elsewhere. We need... How many more of these do we need? Ooh, just... Really? Just one more pair? That's convenient. Oh, we need to put... Oh, look how far off I was. That's my luck. Oh, we need... I forgot. I need to go get some underflowies. And then we'll put this back the way that it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think we will put these... aim these at the military science. Just do it the same way as we're doing with this. I'll just move this up here. And then split off the scrap pieces and put that towards military science. That'll be very, very cool. Alright. We want underflowies, not undergroundies. And more pipe while we're at it. 200 underflowies. I remember what's producing the military scrap. I think it's the radars. Where are the radars at? They are over here someplace. Yes. And the answer to that is yes. They do produce this military scrap. That's cool. Because they're on the military tab, therefore they produce military scrap, I guess. Even though... Well, I guess a lot of these things do produce military scrap. Yeah, quite a few. Surprise. The pistol doesn't produce scrap. That's cheap. Okay, one for there. One for there. There. And one down here. Move this guy. This is just an output. So I can just end this right here. Should be fine. Until I figure out that I forgot something and need to put it in. And I need under there. There. Build away, bots. Build away. Out of bots. Really? Let's make a few. I don't want to run back up to the mall again. That gets annoying after a while, which sometimes tempts me to install a long reach mod. Sometimes. Right, I think, is everything flowing here? Yeah. Except that we need to deal with this stuff. And this stuff. And then put... Ooh. Alright, we did the battery scrap. Now we have to do... module scrap. I don't know that we have any of that yet, but... And logistics scrap. Scrap bots. This will be logistics scrap. Unfortunately, we don't have either of these yet. This will be module scrap. It looks like... maybe. I almost said it looks like the belts might be thinning out. But I think it's going to take a while. Yeah, I know it. That guy's just horrible. Really is. Alright, I think this is working well. Yeah, I suppose I could have. Well, that would have been a mess. Even more of a mess. Trying to double these up. So they'll eventually, hopefully as supplies dwindle, these guys will get caught up. We'll just have to come back and check on it on another stream, because I've been streaming for about an hour and a half now, and that's about as long as I had available. So I think we're going to call it with this. We got done the piece that I really wanted to get done today, which was handling all this scrap. The only part we're not handling is this scrap here. Although, let's go ahead and deal with this piece real quick here. And then we can start that scrap belt for next time for military science. And then I don't have to necessarily run... Well, I do still have to... Probably do still have to run a iron belt in there. I can almost guarantee you we will not have enough of the scrap to... to have enough scrap to feed enough military science. I say that, but I have no idea. No, let's not go that far up. Let's put this... You know what? Actually, let's use... Since we're not... There's no way we're going to have more than effectively 2 belts coming in here. Let's just use this bottom belt of the scrap bus to ship the scrap to military science. And just not bother having all of this... going... like 4 belts coming in each direction. We'll just have 2 in each direction, and it'll be fine. So actually, I can actually modify this as well. Take this out and just have 2 belts, and then that gives us an extra belt here for something else if we decide we want something else here. And look, that's already backing up. Who knows? We might have enough scrap for the grenades after all. All right. So with that, we will finish this up and for today, and then we'll come back tomorrow night. So about 28 hours from now, it'll be 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time. We'll come back and we'll pick back up here where we left off. We still need to finish cleaning up this temporary scrap, and we have a bunch of scrap circuits to deal with. We'll finish cleaning up this temporary scrap area here, and reverse these belts, or a couple of belts here, and ship everything off to the new scrap area. I appreciate everyone coming by and sticking around after Catherine's stream. And if you enjoy my stream, please follow me on Twitch, and that way you'll get the alerts when I go live. And I also have the events. I also am using the events feature in Twitch, so I will put in all of my planned stream times at least a day ahead of time, so that you can come in and see the event schedule and know when I'll be streaming ahead of time. Thanks for coming by, and we'll talk to you next time.